This is the weirdest thing that I've seen all day. Somehow Genshin Impact is being brought into political discourse around like trans people, and there's conservatives saying that the Genshin characters Child and Lumion are lollies. What the heck? Let's just read the news. Here we go. Hope you're ready. The already weird situation begins with Ollie London. This is someone infamous for trying to get surgeries to become Korean or something like that. So yeah, a weird situation already got weirder. But anyways, so he talks about this transgender rep Zoe Zephyr, saying that Zoe Zephyr is exposed for a shocking past and going into details of why, apparently. An old tweet was accompanied with a Lolita anime cartoon, typically a form of R34 anime where minors are depicted engaging in said stuff. And so he says it's that, and then he goes and posts the image on his own Twitter, spreading such a thing. But again, let me point out, these are like not lolly characters anyways, but like according to him, if they were, why would he be spreading that? Like, what the heck is going on here? Well, I can tell you what's going on a little bit more, actually. There's somewhat recently, or let me say, rephrase a little bit. Particularly recently, there's been an increase in high-profile conservatives. I'm not talking about just like your average conservative dude or woman or whatever, but like high-profile conservatives, influencers, journalists, whatever, that have been trying to link anime with trans people. And you can see more normal conservatives on Twitter trying to explain to those prominent conservatives why that position is a bad one to take, but they don't seem to be listening. And they're basically saying that all anime is bad and like anime will make you trans. I'm not kidding. This is like currently a popular talking point by a number of prominent conservative personalities over on Twitter. Just filling you in. Keep in mind, this ain't my opinion. I'm just giving you the context, filling you in if you haven't been on Twitter and you have not been seeing that. Another example of that right here, where this Cody person says 95% of trans activists on Twitter have anime profile pictures. There has to be a direct correlation. Maybe Matt Walsh was right about anime being demonic. Ollie London saying, yes, there is definitely something weird about it all. Yeah, that means a lot from the white dude who tried to transition into becoming a South Korean. I'm not on the left or the right. I'm also not a centrist, but I feel bad for like the normal conservatives out there. I've met some conservatives who are super chill, and it sucks that their party is being represented by a bunch of weirdos who don't know what they're talking about. Although I suppose you could also say the same thing about the left, so that's just politics. You got Charlie Kirk retweeting Jeremy Carl, who made an exposed piece on trans activist Aaron Reed, as well as Zoe Zephyr. I guess they're dating or something. Look, I don't even know about this stuff at all, and I don't really have any interest in knowing about this. But this all leads back to the anime thing because they bring it up in this thread. It's like a 15-part thread, and in part 11, this Jeremy Carl person brings up the Genshin thing. So this is where like Ollie London got it from, saying that Zoe Zephyr is a fan of manga and anime and posts disturbing sexualized anime images. And this is their example. Again, this tweet of Zoe Zephyr retweeting this art of Child and Lumion, who again Ollie London tried to say is like a lolly when she's not. In the quote tweet, some people are mocking the take, while others seem to be supporting it. This one saying, keep Chalumi out of your political BS. Chalumi being the ship between Tartaglia/Child and Lumion. This person bringing up that Zoe Zephyr is a house rep, saying that's disgusting to post such a thing. And that's obviously a subjective opinion. I will point out the fact, though, that that tweet's from November 3rd, 2020, before Zoe Zephyr was elected. Now, maybe you care about that, maybe you don't. I'm just saying the facts. Here's someone finding comedy out of the whole situation, saying the fact Child is there, and this is the 11th reason I'm rolling. Someone else just laughing here. And Mimi response, saying the Child appears anywhere but Genshin. Aaron Reed actually responded to Ollie London, saying she likes anime. How will she ever recover from this scandal? And laughing at you calling Genshin fan art a Lolita anime cartoon. Someone else responding to Aaron Reed with this picture of Ollie London, allegedly, saying this was him a few years ago, And the tweet reads, "This is my new official flag for being a non-binary person who identifies as Korean. Thank you for overwhelming support. It was so hard for me to come out as they, them/they, core Ian." As a disclaimer, I can't verify if that tweet's been edited or anything because I believe it's been deleted. I don't know. But there's articles like this. Instagram influencer Ollie London slammed for announcing they identify as non-binary Korean. And apparently there was an associated video further elaborating on that by Ollie London, which has also been privated. So like I said, if you want to look into more of this stuff on your own, by all means, go ahead. I don't know about you guys, but I would personally much rather take the days of anime being much less mainstream and anime fans being bullied for liking anime, as opposed to anime being super mainstream now and a bunch of weird people using anime as their talking points and like politicians and political influencers making the worst takes about anime and anime fans. Let's have a quick side note regarding Genshin real quick, because technically Genshin's not an anime. So, let's address that real quick. While that's true, I'm just going to, again, state some facts here. The anime inspiration for Genshin is very obvious, and there's interviews of MiHoYo founders talking about how much they love anime and why they want to make MiHoYo and like Hoyoverse games like Genshin for otakus specifically. So the anime inspiration and whatnot is certainly there. And actually, I think, is Genshin still getting an anime? I heard something about that like a while ago. I forget if that's still a thing or not. But potentially Genshin will get an anime at some point, I guess, maybe. Although still largely known for being a game. So, make of it what you will. Let's continue. More responses to Ollie London. The Ruby profile pic here. Crazy how every character in that image is an adult and you're trying to make it seem like they aren't. These are Lumion and Child from Genshin Impact. Hey, nice Venti profile pic. They are both adults and they have a rocky relationship. There's nothing wrong or shocking about shipping them and about liking their relationship dynamic. Someone else saying, my face when I see this information that I know has nothing negative at all. I think that's a picture of Ollie London. Not too sure what's going on there. Yes, liking a fictional genre is a crime now, I guess. She's based, that's the shock, lol. Please explain how those adult characters drawn like adults are lolly. That's not even Lolita, and both of those characters are literally adults. So a few things. One, those are two characters from the video game Genshin Impact, Lumion and Tartaglia. Neither of them are Lolita coded at all, and they're both adults. They also have a weird love-hate relationship too. They're not even doing that in this picture, like at all. I know at least 20 cis women who would make that tweet today without irony or hesitation. So that's pretty much the news. I could just summarize this by saying weird as heck. This whole segment kind of makes me want to go to a gas station, pick up maybe a Mickey's 40, pack of Marlboro Reds, go to the back of the gas station, just sit there drinking and smoking in the hot Cali sun, thinking, what did I do in my life to end up here? This can't be my life. Talking about stuff like this. Can I go back? Can I get like a time stone or something? I got to go back and change some things to alter this timeline. I'd like half kidding. It's not that bad, but you get my point. Also, let me clarify. Marlboro Reds, Marlboro Red 100s. Those are the ones I got when I was a teenager. Those things got the most tobacco in there. And just to be clear, I haven't touched stuff like that since I was a teenager. So yeah, just saying. I'll finish this segment with a little story for you guys. Real life story here. It's related to that Lumion child art, Chalumi or whatever. Because like Lumion was on top of Child. So I've told this story like once in the past in a random segment. So potentially there's like two people out there who might know this story already. But when I was training BJJ, shortly after I got my blue belt, I was rolling with this girl who already was a blue belt for a while. And we ended up in a position where she was on top of me and I was on the bottom. And she had a cross-collar choke on me, and I had her in my close guard, and I had a cross-collar choke on her. And we were both choking each other out at the same time. Now, because I had my blue belt for like, I think at that point, less than a week. And she had hers for a number of years. I felt like it would be disrespectful for me to like finish her and to beat her. So I'd never really like sealed the choke in too tight. I also think I could have probably swept her and then got on top and like finished it that way or transitioned to something, a different move like armbar or like a mounted triangle. But long story short, I tapped. I let her get the dub on that one. But that was definitely an interesting moment right there where we were both just sinking in the choke on each other. And she was having a good time. So was I. She was like laughing and smiling like as we're both trying to finish each other off. Like everyone's watching, fun stuff, man. And for some more context, it was actually a pretty even matchup because at that point in time, I was like right under 6 feet and like 120 pounds. Now I'm like 140, so I've gained a bit of weight since then. But she was probably right around the same weight class that I was in. Although, the correct thing for me to say actually is that she weighed less than me. I weighed more than her, so we'll go with that. But to be quite frank too, though, like weight classes in BJJ rolling, like sparring, it doesn't matter, man. You'll roll with whoever you got to roll with. There's times I had to roll with dudes who are like 300 pounds. Sometimes I lost to those dudes, and sometimes I beat those dudes. But I'll leave it at that. Let me know what you think in the comments. Thank you for tuning in. I will see you there, and in the next segment tomorrow.